Hey guys, JRPG back at it with another video, and today we're continuing my series of Blank Game Deserves an Apology. What game are we talking about today? Well, the title gave it away, but Blue Dragon. Oh yeah, Blue Dragon. Now I know a lot of you people who are going to watch this video probably have no clue what Blue Dragon is and what's it about, and that's what this video is here for, because, you know, the word of mouth for this game is pretty negative. Most people consider it pretty mid or just super forgettable, which hurts my soul, but, you know, I want to talk about it and let you guys know why I think this is truly a hidden gem. But before we get to the review, if you guys like this video, maybe give it a like. If you're new to the channel, maybe subscribe. We have a lot of content coming your way with this series and also a lot of other variety stuff like my Nintendo reviews and stuff like that. So anyways, enough shilling. Let me explain to you guys why Blue Dragon deserves an apology. Alright, look, I know when people talk about Blue Dragon these days, it's usually met with a shrug or maybe a meh, it was alright. And hey, I get it. It wasn't Final Fantasy, it wasn't Persona, and it sure as hell wasn't Skyrim. But for me, Blue Dragon was my first JRPG outside of Pokemon, and man, it blew my little middle school mind. So picture this, it's like 2007, I'm just a middle school kid wandering into a Target after school. Not to buy anything because, let's be real, I didn't have any money. I was there for one reason, to admire the game section like it was a museum. And there it was, that glorious Xbox 360 demo station. Now most demos were like Viva Pinata or Cameo, which was cool, but then I saw it. This anime looking game with Dragon Ball Z art, turn-based battles, and shadows doing your fighting for you. I didn't know what the hell I was looking at, but it was cool. And yeah, you bet I stood there and played the Blue Dragon demo like 3 days a week, dodging Target employees like it was Metal Gear. Eventually I got my own Xbox 360, and the first two games I bought, Sonic 06, we'll talk about that mess another day, and Blue Dragon, my first real JRPG, 3 discs, full-on turn-based combat, Akira Toriyama art, and actual shadow monsters that punch stuff. I didn't even know games could be this cool and weird. Now, one of the main reasons I even gave the demo a shot was because of the art style. I was and still am a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Like many 2000 kids, it was my gateway anime, the one that taught me that cartoons could be about yelling and power-ups and punching planets. So when I saw Toriyama's art on a big budget RPG, sold instantly. I didn't care what it was. Akira Toriyama made it, I'm in. Rest in peace, by the way, to the legend. His work shaped so many childhoods, and Blue Dragon was one of the ways I connected with his style outside of Dragon Ball Z. Okay, let's talk about the cast. We already got Shu, our loud classic anime protagonist who probably drinks energy drinks for breakfast. And then there's Jiro, who I literally can't take serious because of his outfit. And then there's Kluk. She's just there. She's not bad, she's just kind of the token girl of the party. Not super deep, but she brings balance to the group dynamic. But then we get to the rest of the crew, Zola and Marumaru. Zola, she's a cool one, the edgy older party member who always sounds like she knows something the others don't. Sword in one hand, cigarette probably in the other, off screen. She brings that serious RPG energy that the group kind of needs. She's honestly one of the best characters in the game, mysterious, powerful, and not constantly yelling like a Saturday morning cartoon. And then we have Marumaru. Oh boy, where do I even start? Marumaru is, how do I say this politely? He's the reason your parents ask, "Are you sure this game is good?" The guy is loud, hyper, and speaks in the third person like a sugar-addicted gremlin. Marumaru is ready, Marumaru will fight now. Like, bro, please, volume down, indoor voices. But I can't lie, he grew on me. He's a comic relief, and even if he's basically a walking can of monster energy and furry boots, there's something endearing about him. He's a little chaotic goblin with a heart of gold. Every JRPG needs one completely unhinged party member, and Marumaru took that job and ran with it. So here's where things really click for me. The battle mechanics. Turn-based combat, love it. Always have. But Blue Dragon adds a few neat layers, like how your shadows, which by the way takes forms of dragons, minotaurs, phoenixes, and all that good stuff, are the ones who do the actual attacking, and you customize them with different classes and skills. Want to turn Shu into a magic sniping tank with a sword? You can. Want to turn Jiro into a white mage who throws fireballs? Knock yourself out. And don't even get me started on the charge meter mechanic. Want to nuke the battlefield with a fully charged spell? Wait a few turns, time it right, and bam, satisfying as hell. It felt like a system that respected your patience and planning, not just your level grind. Oh, and the soundtrack? It's pretty great. Nobuyo Uematsu was the main composer of the game, the Final Fantasy guy. The man went full prog rock for the boss battles in this game. There's an electric guitar, screaming vocals, and you're over here commanding a shadow snake to uppercut a robot dinosaur. It's so cheesy yet so awesome. And the rest of the soundtrack? Emotional, mysterious, uplifting, it just fits. It gives Blue Dragon that classic adventurous JRPG feel that really stuck with me. We gotta talk about the big bad, Nene. And yes, that's his actual name. This dude is like if Palpatine, Frieza, and a Saturday morning cartoon villain fused into one extremely dramatic senior citizen. He's out here yelling about power, turning people into monsters, and pulling off elaborate evil plans, while also looking like he belongs in a serial mascot lineup. He's goofy as hell, but it works, and it gives the story a fun, over-the-top villain that fits the game's tone. He's not subtle, he's not grounded, he's just classic anime evil, and honestly, I kinda love him for it. These days, people either don't talk about Blue Dragon, or when they do, they say stuff like, yeah, it was okay, or it was mid, or the worst of them all, forgettable. And to that I say, come on guys, this game has Toriyama art, Uematsu music, turn-based combat, full 3D exploration, a world map and airships, all on 3 wonderful discs. It wasn't perfect, but it was never trying to be the next big edgy RPG. It just wanted to be a fun, charming adventure, and it nailed that vibe. Now look, I know there were some spin-offs, like a DS game and an anime. Have I played them? Nope, not yet. Will I? Maybe one day. I hear they're alright, but my heart's always been with the original 360 game. If the DS game ever shows up on something playable, like a modern port, I'd probably give them a shot, but the OG will always be my Blue Dragon. When I think back to the Xbox 360, there's a lot I remember. Halo 3, Gears of War, getting red ringed and praying to the Microsoft gods. But Blue Dragon? That's one of the big reasons I remember the 360 so fondly. It was my first real dive into JRPGs. It opened my eyes to the genre beyond just Pokemon and handheld stuff. It showed me that games could be long, emotional, strategic, and kind of weird, all at the same time. And yeah, I'm biased. Nostalgia does a lot of heavy lifting here, but it doesn't mean the game isn't good, it just means it's special, and sometimes that matters more than being perfect. So yeah, Blue Dragon may not have been the game that changed the industry, it didn't start a franchise, it didn't get a million sequels, but for a lot of us, it meant something, and sometimes that's enough. If you never tried Blue Dragon, maybe give it a shot, or at least play the demo if you can find it somewhere, just for old time's sake. I promise it's better than what the internet says it is. And if you have played it and loved it, welcome to the club. We meet every Thursday. Bring your Shadow Dragon. If you liked the video, maybe give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're into variety content. Something tells me we got a lot of other games we gotta defend. Man, I can't believe there's actually a manual in here that's this thick. This is crazy. But anyways, guys, I hope you end up liking the video. Like I said, Blue Dragon is a great game, and you know, I truly believe if you have never tried it, give it a chance. The game's always on sale. I think I've literally seen it digitally for like $10, $8 at some points. Physically, it's starting to climb up in price because I think people are starting to notice that it's a pretty decent game. That or also because, you know, the Xbox 360 just didn't have a lot of JRPGs and all that stuff, so who knows, but still, great game, give it a chance. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Like I said, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.